Oh boy, here we go. It is good to be back. That was for some reason, it just felt like a really long week. Normally, these live streams, I feel like once I just got done doing it when I do it again. But for some reason, I don't know, maybe it was the holiday, maybe it just got been insanely busy. I feel like I haven't live streamed in forever. So it's good to be back. Good to see everyone. As always, we'll give people a chance to roll in here. We'll give them a few minutes. While we're waiting, don't forget to hit the like button. And also, maybe share it out if you want to. You know? Maybe you got someone that doesn't like fish and needs to see this. I don't know. But we're going to talk about budget fish. What is a budget fish? I don't know. It depends. You know, it really depends. Are you a millionaire? If you're a millionaire, we probably don't have the same budget. But generally, I want to talk about fish that are pretty inexpensive and still pretty dang cool. Like, there's so many fish that I feel like you can't put a price tag on as far as how cool it is. There's definitely, you know, those people that like to, you know, I spent $500 on this fish. It's so cool. Well, yeah, but, you know, there's some dollar fish out there that are pretty dang cool too. AMC me squeezy. All right, Jimmy, what's up, buddy? At work, have a good stream. Thank you, Biscotti Nunya. Audio video good. How's the temp today? We are rocking about a little over 80. I thought maybe I'd have to kick on the air conditioner, but I've been sitting here for about 20 minutes now, and it's not comfortable, but it's also not uncomfortably hot. Uncomfortable. Lumpy Dog, what's up, Paul? Hello, Oddball, hello. Amanda, let's just say hello to everyone. Get that out of the way. There's already too many people here for me to say hello to everyone. Jamie McDonald with a $5 super chat says, for my fish budget. Yes, for my fish budget. Actually, just got some new fish. If anyone's been watching my YouTube stories, one person almost guessed what fish it was, but I got some, you know what? I don't want to mispronounce this one, so I'm going to try to read it as phonetically as I can, as I spell it out here. Oh my gosh. I don't even think I can do it. Fishless Clive with the $5 super chat says, for your next outdoors trip. Well, I got a funny story that I want to tell everyone in the second hour when we're a little off topic. That kind of has to do with your super chat. It was kind of funny. All right. Hopefully this doesn't get me demonetized. I'm going to move this from the top monitor down here. I got some Nanochromis transvestitis. And here. Let me just pull this up on the big screen, and you guys can see the name and how easy it would be to get demonetized with this name. But this fish right here, I picked up 6 of these from the Aquarium Co-op. And yeah, there's a lot of ways to get demonetized in that word, so I'll let you all figure that out. Bob is hooked on phonics because phonics is hooked on me. I don't know. Is that how it went? I don't remember the show or the commercial. Bob, are you on PEDs or an extreme diet? Your head looks huge in comparison. Well, I've always had a big head, but it's also the camera. The angle of the camera is like, I mean, look how big my hand is right now. My head is like very much closer to the camera than my body. The way it's all set up here. So. Yeah. Yeah. I'm on PEDs. I'm on PEDs. Not fish related, but Rusty Relic's going to have any events this summer. Cherry Barbs and White Clouds, both Lumpy Dog, are on my list. So I actually have a list of fish here that I was just kind of brainstorming earlier when I scheduled this stream. And Cherry Barbs on my list. You can actually get them. No, you're mixing up Band-Aid and Hooked on Phonics. Oh yeah, I'm stuck on Band-Aid because Band-Aid brand is stuck on me. Oh yeah, What was the Hooked on Phonics one? They had some jingle, I swear. Sounds like something you catch at a drag queen bingo. That's funny. You're really gonna get me demonetized. Those look cool. Yeah, there's so many cool Nanochromis. Well, I can't say there's a ton of them because there's only like 7 species. But yeah. Did you get a new camera? It looks sharp. No, I got new lighting, and I actually have it all turned on today. So for a while now, I haven't used all my lighting just because it's been so unbearably hot that I don't like to turn the lights on. So hopefully it's a little more crisp today because I do have the lights on. So I'm going all out for you. How about putting that word in English? I don't understand it at all. I can't say it. How am I going to remember it? You just screenshot that and, take it to your local fish store and say, I need this fish. Whatever these words are, I need it. So anyways, cherry barbs. We were talking about cherry barbs. Well, Jamie McDonald brought it up. No, Lumpy Dog brought it up. Cherry barbs. Let's see. Cherry barbs and white clouds. So cherry barbs are a fish that you can get at Petco when they have like their 5 for $5 sale. So you can actually get them for $1. And they're for $1. I would say it's probably one of the best dollar fish you can buy are cherry barbs. The cool thing about cherry barbs is it's another fish that I found gets really, really, really red. As long as you just feed it really well, give it a good environment. So it's not one of those fish like you need like a really good bloodline for it to really get deep red and colorful. My Petco cherry barbs, I mean, they look just as good as like my captive bred cherry barbs, which I guess came from another wholesaler, but at least different than Petco. So yeah, you feed them well, they will get really, really deep red. Doesn't really matter where you get them from. So that's one of the things I really like about them. Shooter McGavin, welcome to the Dream Team, my friend. I should say welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you. Yeah, and so I do want to get some input from you all as well. So whatever, if you guys have suggestions, I'm all for it. Also, this cool orange and blue platy. Platies are on my list. Fish Tank Barn says Sunset Variatus platy. Yes, now my second favorite platy. Used to be my first. But now these Hawaiian platies that I got, oh, they're out in the tub. And I've been trying to get some good footage of them. It's just super hard, but they look so good in sunlight. But yeah, that's another one you can get for, well, you can't get the Hawaiian ones for $1, but there's definitely, like, if you go to like the mixed bins, there's some pretty good looking platies in there for pretty dang cheap. Very true, Fish Tank Barn. I found some great deals at fish swaps and local auctions. If you have a fish club, if you're lucky enough to have one, a lot of the auctions will end up going for $1. At least when I went to them, you could get a lot of fish for $1, like bags of fish for like $1. It was more of the common stuff like cribs. Like sometimes cribs wouldn't even sell. Like you'd get like a bag of 6 or 8 cribs and they wouldn't even sell for $1, which is unfortunate. But I think I have the idea wrong, but I like growing up young fish. They're conveniently cheaper. Yes, way more value, obviously, right? I only like to buy young fish. Very rarely will I search out adult fish. Usually the only reason I search out adult fish is if I want to breed them now. Like I'm ready to breed them now. But yeah, if you want to talk about budget / value, buying fish and watching them grow up is really fun. I know when I go to pet stores, people are always picking out like the large. I want the biggest one. And I'm like, that biggest one could be a grandpa, you know, I mean, realistically, it could be, 6 years old. Maybe it only has another year left of life. That's another reason I like buying fry and juvenile fish, is because I know, or at least have a good idea of how long they're going to be alive. Fish Tank Barn with a $5 super chat says 5 for $5 fish fund. Did we ever get the Hooked on Phonics jingle? I don't know that I want someone to give it to me because it'll be stuck in my head, but I'm gonna have to look it up afterwards. I'm very curious. Color Guppy says, I love fish clubs, literally pennies on the dollar and excellent fish. Yes, definitely. Especially because most of them are bred or are hobbyist bred, right? So that's pretty cool. If you have several fish in a quarantine tank and one looks cured but the others aren't, do you keep them in or do you retreat with X until all clear? I would treat them all as like one group. I wouldn't like, oh, this one looks good, I'll pull that out and then re-quarantine the other. I would just quarantine them all together as one group, and I wouldn't move any of them out until they all look good. I got some Scarlet Batis at my LFS for $250. Wow, that's a really good price. I mean, they're not the most expensive fish in general, but still $250 for some Scarlet Batis. That's an excellent deal. I love watching the fish change as they grow. Best part of the hobby. Yep. Autocorrect maybe spell Platy wrong. That's funny. Paul McCartney. Yep, that's one of my favorite things is to watch them grow. Yeah, it's awesome. Any suggestions on Central American biotope fish, preferably small? Well, I don't know how small you want, but I would maybe, like for me right now, I would probably try to find some goodyids. That's probably what I would go for. I don't know. I've kind of been on this goodyiid train, kind of not on a goodyiid train now for like 2 years. So I'm averaging like one new species a year, and I'm looking for something new now. Fishing Barn says, Steenfott Aquatics, do you have any budget rainbow fish? Thanks, that is an excellent question. I actually do. I have Australian rainbows. Normally, these fish are about $1.99, $2.99, and sometimes even 99 or 79 cents. The price is all over the place. The thing with these guys, though, is they get a lot bigger than people think, so you definitely need a 4-foot tank for Australian rainbows. And a lot of people think that they're just silver fish. Certainly not. I mean, yeah, to be fair, most of their body is just silver, but they get really beautiful colors on their fins as they get older. So yeah, Australian rainbow fish, the only rainbow fish on my list because they're pretty expensive in general. A little late, but here nonetheless, just coming off the boat. Awesome, Kenny, good to see you. Have you ever done dark start method for a new planet tank? Just saw a video and it's the first time I've seen it. I don't even know what that is, Brian. I've heard of dry start, but dark start? I'm thinking either I have no idea what that is or maybe a typo for dry start. I've never heard of dark start. Never. Colin's Critter Cave with the $1 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've enjoyed raising my Aussie rainbows, but I don't have much room for them. They're so beautiful and color up as they grow. Yep, absolutely. Australian rainbows. Hooked on Phonics just had kids saying, Hooked on Phonics worked for me. Oh, yeah. Off topic, but I just got a leopard gecko for free, so budget reptile. I don't know. Well, it could probably be said about the fish hobby too, but man, there's really nothing cheap about reptiles. Anyone else get sunburnt yesterday? Yep, I did. My nose was actually, I mean, look at my nose. It doesn't really come off on camera very much, but it's in real life, it's like beet red. My ears too, the top of my head is like just plum purple. Brutal. I spent pretty much the last 2 days swimming, so yeah. Dark start means you play Metallica while you add water for the first time. All right. I'll take your word for it. How about that? Okay, what else do I got on the list? Oh, we got to talk about Danios. I'm really surprised no one has said Danios. Actually, you know, I'm not really surprised because they're a pretty underrated fish in general. But Danios. So we already know 4 of the fish on Bob's list. I need to know the rest. I won't be able to sleep tonight if I don't find out. We're talking about Danios now. Whether they're giant, leopard, zebra Danios, it doesn't really matter. There's so many cool Danios. And until you start getting into like the less common ones, they're all really pretty inexpensive. And I like to call them like little mini rainbows. Like maybe, you know, rainbow fish aren't in the budget for you, then you should be looking up Danios because they have almost the exact same behavior, except a a little more hyper, but generally they have that shoaling slash schooling behavior. They flash. They're not shy at all. Stir Fry Guy says I've mentioned Danios already. Oh yeah, I guess I should clarify. I haven't seen it in chat, but it's probably been mentioned a few times, to be fair. So I apologize for that. I've probably missed quite a few in chat. So if I missed it, I apologize. For the color and patterns, a decent price catfish are Pictus cats. I mean, they were $16 each, but that's pretty cheap for cats. I have a love-hate relationship for Pictus catfish. I try not to promote them because I don't think normally that they're kept in right conditions. But they are certainly an amazing catfish for sure, and probably like a top 10 all-time catfish. That's counting Corridoras, Plecos, like catfish in general. I love Pictus catfish. I've always loved them, but they're just super hyperactive, very food motivated, and man, although one of my dream tanks would be like at least 150 gallon with a giant school of Pictus catfish. I think that'd be really cool. I think Pracox rainbows are cheaper compared to other rainbows. That's true. That's like the next tier up. Generally only in $5, maybe up to $7, depending on where you're at. But yeah, I would say I would probably put that like right on that line of budget. Steenfott Aquatics, hey Bob, have you enjoyed your 4th of July? I have. It was excellent. Do you have any experience with hill trout? What a gorgeous fish. Have the opportunity to get some. I'm on the fence. Thanks. So I'm assuming the Royal Hill Trout, super awesome looking fish. They can be a bit fin nippy, so just be careful on tank mates. So anything with like long fins, like angelfish, probably wouldn't put them with angelfish. They would do well, but it could just be like one random day you could wake up and your angelfishes could be just shredded their fins. So just keep that in mind. You don't want them with anything too small either, because again, they could just destroy a smaller rainbow or a smaller fish. So, but yeah, a very beautiful, very cool fish. And it's a really good, pond fish as well. Not like pond, like year round. I should say tub fish. How about that? Tub fish, not pond fish. My Danios schooled for the first 2 weeks. Now they just go anywhere and everywhere. Yeah. So, basically, Jackie, what that means is when they're schooling, that they school out of like defense. It's like a defensive mechanism. I mean, there's multiple reasons why fish school, but one of them is defensive mechanism. So when you just add them, they're scared. Over the course of a week or two, they will kind of learn their new environment. Say, hey, there's no one here trying to eat us. They'll get more comfortable, and then they just kind of scatter all over the place. Bob, you're a cool fish. Do you like fish sticks? I used to keep Pictus catfish in a 250-gallon tub. Yeah, see, that's I think is the right way to keep them, because they're just super active, and they'll do the same thing that rainbow fish do, where they'll just get swimming so fast or just dart off so fast they'll run into stuff. So if you have them in a small tank, they could really beat themselves up without even like realizing it. One thing about goodies is they prefer higher pH and cooler temps than a typical South American biotope. By the way, I'm still waiting for Select Aquatics to release some, Paul. Yep. Well, yeah. Definitely, I would say definitely do your research on all fish. I mean, we should all be doing our own research on fish that we want. But yeah, so if I make a fish suggestion, I guess I'm assuming that you're going to Google it and look it up. And yeah, so don't just... I'm wrong a lot. I generally just speak on my own experiences, so definitely do your own research. I was going to say something else, but then I didn't. So, yeah. Anyways, moving on. I really like some longfin blue Danios, so energetic and fun to watch. All Danios for that matter. Color guppies, absolutely. Yep, all Danios. And I wrote down actually glow light Danios, one of my favorite, and glow light Danios you can buy for like $2. They're just amazing fish. They look really good. And one day, it's another one of these one-day fish tanks. One day I'll have a fish tank with like 100 glow light Danios. I think it'd be super awesome. For some reason, the cheapest fish at my closest store is like $2. I would say that's probably accurate everywhere. A lot of times to get fish for cheaper than $2, it would have to be like a sale price, like the Plecos sale. Featherfin Synodontis catfish. Any tips? Just got some. I've never kept Featherfin Synodontis ever, so I'm probably not the best person to ask. I would just Google it and read off whatever I can find on Google. Yes, Pictus can also jump out with their spastic movements. Yep, same with rainbows. Same with rainbows. What did I... oh yeah, I finally moved my 240 gallon, which was the last video I released, and I found two dried up rainbows, unfortunately. But yeah, that spastic behavior means that they'll jump right out as well. And you know, speaking of catfish, I do have a couple catfish on my budget list, which I would say I have bristlenose on there, which depending, you know, like just a regular common bristlenose. I mean, talk about a fish you could buy for $1 or less at like a fish club or a swap is the bristlenose plecos. There's so many people breeding those. It's not, well, depending on, you know, your geographics and where you are, it's not hard to find a bristlenose for free or like just a few dollars. I know when I was breeding them like crazy for my local fish store, if someone wanted one, I was just like, just come and get one. You know, if you have plants, you know, just clip me something and I'll trade you for it. Or if not, just come and get one. I got plenty. So definitely, even if you don't have clubs, like if you have Facebook, there's a lot of like, not a lot, but there's Facebook groups that are like really local. Like we have a Pacific Northwest Facebook group here for fish, which is a really good source for inexpensive fish. And again, captive bred. Where can I buy hill trout? Just did a Google search, but the one place that shows them in stock looks kind of shady. I'm not sure where people's inventory level. I think Dan's Fish had some at some point, but I could be wrong. But I think I remember seeing them in one of his videos. I think. Mac Pacific Northwest says, hey Bob, drapefin barbs are a great little fish. Any idea if they'd be safe in an established colony of Neo shrimp? Yes, absolutely shrimp safe. Drapefin barbs, super underrated fish, very easy to breed as well. If you're wanting them to breed, I would do things like Anubias or Crips or Amazon swords, because they'll generally lay under the underside of leaves. So, you know, if you're just wanting to get some eggs out of them. Is there such thing as albino bristlenose? Yes, absolutely. And they are dirt cheap, just like the common chocolate or brown, whatever you want to call them, bristlenose pleco. Do all rainbow fish get along with each other? I want to add 6 Aussies in a 55 gallon. Any suggestions? Yes, there's ones that are more fin nippy, like the turquoise rainbow fish can be kind of a bully sometimes, but generally it's nothing that causes like permanent damage. So a lot of it with rainbows is just posturing. Like it looks like they're causing damage, but they're really not. And they have really small mouths, so it's hard for them to do any serious damage. So generally pretty okay. And the other actually finish off the catfish suggestion is Paleatus Corridoras, the peppered Corridora. You can find those for like $2-3, sometimes even cheaper. They're a great fish for an unheated aquarium, great fish for tubs. Danny and I did them. Was my membership paused? Joel, I have no way to stop memberships. So like even if I was to ban you, you could still become a member of my channel. So most of the times when people lose their memberships is because their cards expired and they got a new card or something like that. But no, I have no way to kick people out of my membership program. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe check your card. A lot of times, I won't say a lot of times, but there are times like when people just lose their membership and they're like, "What's going on? I didn't cancel that." So, I don't know. My turquoise is bullies. My corridors for wafers. Yeah, turquoise will definitely be bullies when it comes to food for sure. Wish I had a good club in the Spanaway area. Yeah, I think you're thinking too local. Too local. Younger bettas are cheap from local breeders usually. Yep. I didn't put bettas on my list because harder to find people breeding bettas to get them for cheap, but it's definitely a possibility. And Joel rejoining the AMC Dream Team. I'm back. My card needed to be changed. Yeah, and that's usually it. And it usually does it in like batches. Like sometimes I look at my memberships and I'm like, dang, I just lost like 15 members. It's always like it's all on the same day, which is weird because you would think everyone has like different expiration dates or something. I don't know. Joe says I would personally try white clouds. They are extremely hardy. White clouds are on my list. And the cool thing now is the price of golden white clouds have really come down. So I bought my school of golden white clouds, like, boy, they got to be like 2-3 years old at this point. And they're way cheaper now. Almost the same price as like regular white clouds. So yeah, very, very good fish. Yeah, white cloud minnows. I love my turquoise I bought from you a while back. They are doing great. Sweet. Paradise gourami are pretty cool fish, and they're cheap. It's nice how peaceful they are. Paradise gourami. There you go. Loving the suggestions. One that I can't speak too much of because I've never kept it. I still have my honey gouramis, and those are the first and only gouramis I've ever kept. I would love to do sparkling gouramis, which would be another cool budget fish, very inexpensive fish. So maybe one day, maybe I'll do sparkling gouramis. Jacob Hill says, compare Cyprichromis live with other fish like shellies or some rock dwellers if the tank is set up right. So I've done multis with Paracyprichromis many times, and all I ever did was shells. The only hardscape in the tank was shells. That way the Paracyprichromis just sit on top, and obviously the shellies are down in the substrate, but you also can't do that in like a 20 long because it's just not tall enough. So you need a taller tank to be able to pull that off. You gave your rainbows away? Where's the ban button? Dave's Fish Tanks. All right. I love it. Clown killifish on the list. Clown killies. Very inexpensive fish for just how colorful they are. They're just crazy. They have so much color, and you can buy them for like $4 or $5, sometimes down to like $3. So yes, very good suggestions. Awesome fish, Dave Fish Tanks. Absolutely, clown killifish are amazing and should be way more popular. Eric, why rock? Well, because we should rock. That's why. Dwarf pencilfish are awesome, cheap fish. I think dwarf pencilfish are in like that $2 to $3 range, and I didn't have any pencilfish on my list. Shame on me. But yeah, dwarf pencilfish, probably like my third favorite pencilfish. I love their behavior. Not that there's not really anything specific about their behavior, just that they're smaller and you can generally have larger schools of them, and it makes it just a bit more attractive to me. Dojo Loach cheap and I can hand feed. Yes, Dojo Loaches for sure. However, they're definitely not for everyone. Again, it's another good tub fish as they do like cooler temperatures, so that'd be a way to go. What's my favorite type of Apisto? Probably, I'm probably still gonna say the Inca 50. It kind of changes every once in a while, but the Apistogramma benchii or the Apistogramma Inca INKA 50, really good one. I've seen $1 convicts many times. I've known more people that keep convicts just for food than I do of them keeping them because they like them. I know a lot of, well, I'm going to say a lot of people because I'm not really in those convict circles. But I've come across quite a few people that just keep convicts to breed and feed their fry to other fish, just because you get so many fry. Not sure if somebody mentioned them, but Ember Tetras are usually very cheap, around $2 in my area. Great schooling fish. Ember Tetras are, in my opinion, one of those fish that you really need to find like a good source for. You can see, I mean, here's Ember Tetras right here. Great looking fish, but they're more orange than red. There's some really good strains out there that are like just really, really red. And I had some years ago. I wish I would have bred them, but at the time, I didn't really realize that there was such discrepancy in Ember Tetras and the redness. But yeah, really cool fish. Usually about $2.99 in that range, again, give or take, depending on where you are. Aquatic aesthetics. SBI rasboras are cheap and look better than harlequins. Yes. There's also like the red line rasbora is usually very inexpensive. Drinking that meat juice. Yeah, except it's not clear, so you can't really make fun of my red meat juice anymore. Sad day. Gara rufas are not cheap. Not cheap at all. That's not what I would call an inexpensive fish. Maybe if you're a baller like Oddball Aquatics and just bringing in millions, that's a budget fish for you. But for us, normal surfs down here on the bottom rung, a Gara rufa. Wait, is that the doctor one? I might just misspoke. If that's the doctor one, what they consider the doctor fish, yes. And now that I think of it, I'm pretty sure the Gara rufa is the doctor fish, which is like $1. Man, I went on that whole spiel. I wasted a whole spiel. Man, I can never do that again. Can never use that bit again. Red cherry shrimp, I'm assuming, RCS, mutt guppies, and I got an aquatic friend. You can get millions of for free pest snails. Yes, pest snails. I don't like that term because I don't find them to be pest, but a lot of people do, so I get it. I think a lot of people just automatically think snails and just negative, like, because there's a lot of people out there that overfeed and don't do enough water changes and get a billion snails, and then snails get a bad rap. BJ Palmer says, hey Bob, I didn't get a notification because YouTube unsubbed me from everything and canceled my memberships. From like BJ Palmer, they unsubbed you from, and your icon is different too. That's strange. It's like a whole new account. BJ Palmer, are you sure you're, I mean, this is a really, I don't mean to insult you by this question, but are you sure you're logged into the right account? Because your icon is different too. It looks like a whole new account. Guppy Shack, that is a great suggestion. Don't know if this was mentioned, but coolie loaches. I don't know why that didn't come to mind. I was trying to think of loaches, and I was like, zebra loaches are pretty inexpensive. But yeah, coolie loaches. It's another one of those someday tanks, right? Like 100 coolie loaches would look so cool in I think a tank with just like jungle val, just a whole mat of jungle val, like, and coolie loaches just beep, beep, doop, 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 you know, drip dropping through the substrate. I think would look pretty awesome. BJ Palmer, I'm curious if they unsubbed you. If you are you just talking about me, like they unsubbed you and canceled your membership to me, or like every channel? Because honestly, it looks like your channel got reset, which at this point wouldn't even surprise me. The things that YouTube does, just it's like people tell me, and I'm just like, yep, it's YouTube. What do you expect, man? I love my brilliant rasboras. Yes, brilliant rasboras, another inexpensive one. Yo-yo loaches for $3. $3. but they get big. And I don't really want to talk about yo-yo loaches in this specific category, just because they get huge. 100 Coolie Loaches and 100 Glow Light Danios. You know what? I'm going to do it. No, I'm boring, but Jungle Val is my favorite plant. I don't think anything's boring. YouTube are buttholes. Now I'm definitely getting demonetized. Thank you. I wonder if YouTube went back to my previous account. Thank you for your comment. You may have solved the problem. Yes, canceled from everything. Yeah, so this happens to me sometimes because there's your Google account and then there's a YouTube account, and they can be the same email but still a separate entity, if that makes sense. It's really bizarre. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But like for Steenfott Aquatics, there's two of me. There's two of me. And one is just like a blank slate, and one is my actual channel. And it's the same email, same login. So yeah, that might be what's going on with you. Hopefully, because if I got unsubbed from everyone, there's a small portion that I would actually care about being unsubbed from. It sounds terrible, but I sub to so many channels. Like almost every week, I'm just going through the list and unsubbing because it's just too many. Too many. I picked up some Pearl Danios to add to my new 29-gallon with CPDs and Beckford's pencil fish. Not that expensive, great looking, and planet tank. Yes, that's... I mean, even Beckford pencil fish are not that expensive. Usually just like $3. Another good suggestion. Are silver tip tetras cheap? They are pretty. Yes, they are pretty cheap, Barbara. Team Dojo. Oh boy, let's not start that. Some half beaks. Half beaks are, what are they in, like that $3 to $4 range? A fish I've never kept, but I need to keep. We could also put like the golden wonder killie on there. I mean, those are like $2 at your chain stores. Probably go on sale for even cheaper. I would love to do an outdoor tub of golden wonder killies. I think that would be a really cool fish from a top-down perspective. Bob has an evil twin. Yeah, it's Bad Bob, remember? Bad Bob's been banished for a long time, though. It's been a couple years since we've seen Bad Bob. Bob is his own evil twin. I'm late. Would Electric Blue Aquaria fit the subject? $8 to $10 or so. I don't know. Like, I mean, really, anything could fit the bill. You know, like I said, budget is pretty subjective, but I feel like $8, you get a pretty cool fish if you're buying them in that $6 to $8, even $10 range. So, yeah, I mean, it definitely could be. Paul Soltero, Paul. I absolutely agree with you on the black ruby barbs. I had some in my last video, and they're an outstanding fish. Super outstanding, just beautiful. Bolivian rams are cheaper. Yes, and I actually prefer Bolivian rams to electric blue acara just because of their behavior, and they're a little bit more peaceful in nature. But I feel like as far as cichlids goes, Bolivian rams would be an excellent suggestion. Really good suggestion. Hey Bob, any reason as to why my red root floaters are turning white and not doing as well? I have been adding easy green. You could be too much light. Also, it's gonna be a really dumb comment, but their flowers are white as well. They're just tiny little flowers, but they are white. So hopefully you're not just mistaking it for that. I know I said it's stupid. It's hard to mistake a little white flower. I mean, it's like little too for an actual like white leaf. But in my experience, when floating plants turn white, it's too much light. Like if I put floating plants outdoors in my tubs and we get like just a week of just blasting sunlight, they all turn white. There is probably some deficiency, to be honest with you though. But for me, I just feel like too much light. I missed the Bad Bob streams. That's when I didn't have a YouTube account. He tries to come back every once in a while, but I corral him. I gotta go get the kid to bed, but I'll be back because more mayhem. Did I miss any trolls while I ate? Nope. You took them all with you. Hopefully you didn't bring them back. I got Panagara for $10 for the color and personality. I think it's worth it. Pandagaras are just an amazing fish. You can usually find them. I don't even remember what I sold them for, but like in that $8 to $15 range. I know like the Wet Spot sells them for $15. So I would say like $10 to $15, but a really cool fish. Caitlin says, I got my pea puffer a few days ago, $9 at the co-op. Not bad, but not as budget as some other fish there. To be honest, I think that's a little on the high side, but they also, they're probably the only shop that actually deworms their puffers. So you definitely get what you pay for. If you go to another shop and buy a pea puffer for like $3 or $4, you know it's like right out of the bag, fresh off the airplane. So that is one of the nice things about the co-op. A little bit more, but you know you're going to get some dewormed puffers. Do you think angelfish and ambermite headstanders would get along in a 60 tall? Yes, I think they're gonna be in completely different areas of the aquarium. Their paths will cross, quite often, but for the most part, I think they'll be just fine. I don't see any issues. Green terrors are a bargain, cheap water puppies and good colors. I tell you, the first time I ever saw a like full-grown green terror was, I want to say in 2016 or 2017. Granted, these are like not my fish. These are not in my wheelhouse at all. I generally have no interest in those kinds of fish. And I saw this green terror and I was like, what in the world is this thing? This is one of the most beautiful fish I've ever seen in my life. And it was like they were just setting up, so they didn't have tags out. It was in the cichlid competition, so of course it looked like extra good. And I was like, I was such an idiot. I was like asking him, like, what kind of fish is this? What kind of fish? And like, it's a green terror, you idiot. Like one of the most common fish in the world, but I'd never seen an adult one. You know, you see them in pet stores when they're super small. This thing was just absolutely amazing looking fish. So yeah, I gotta say, we'll put green terrors on the list for sure. Probably one of the few larger cichlids that I would keep if I was to ever keep one. Lori says, Bob, if somebody wanted to buy fish from you, can you ship some or no? So I will be, I have no plans on selling fish anytime soon. I have teamed up with Dan's Fish, and I haven't really promoted it at all. I've talked about it a few times on a live stream. So instead of buying fish from me, I have teamed up with Dan's Fish, and then kind of waiting on for him to get his new warehouse rocking and rolling, and I'll promote it a lot more. But that's where I'll be sending fish or people to buy fish. A majority of the time, however, I will be selling fish that I breed myself once the new fish room is all ready to go and rocking and rolling. And then you'll be able to just buy them on my website, which is the same as my YouTube name, just steenfottaquatics.com. I'm actually going to be turning the website back on here probably in the next couple weeks, but there's not really going to be anything on it. I'm going to do some changing around on it. And so, yeah. My new like path that I'm taking is I want to get back into breeding and just selling whatever it is that I'm breeding at the time. And it's not going to be it's not always going to be the same thing either. Like I'm going to breed Corridora strirbis. I'm going to breed a whole bunch of them, sell them, and then I'm going to move on to something else, just for the challenge of breeding again. I have pea puffers and autos together. They are really fun to watch and interact. That's an interesting combo. Oh, that's cool that it's working. Dude, here in Santa Clara, pea puffers are $3. Yeah. I mean, it's really dependent. The price of fish varies drastically regionally. It's crazy. Like sometimes I'm like, this fish is like $5, and people are like, that's like $20 where I'm at. And then other people are like, I'm like, man, I really want this fish, but it's like $50, and people are like, you can buy that here for like $10. So it's just really weird. Bob, your website is still on. I looked earlier. Yeah, I guess technically it's still there, but I have the shopping cart turned off. So like even like the t-shirts, like you can't even buy right now. It's way cheaper to host a website without a shopping cart than with a shopping cart. So I shut down the shopping cart. So you could actually like, you could add to cart, you could go through the whole process, and then it's just going to be like, no, not continuing, not processing this. So yeah, it's still there, but very, very limited, very limited. And speaking of that, Matt Poole says, do you have shirts of any kind or merch? I would be interested. Is there a fly in here? Did you guys see that? Why is there a fly in here? That was a big sucker too. Yeah, just SteenfottAquatics.com. Like I said, though, the shopping cart's turned off. It will be turned turned back on by August. That's the goal. I kind of want to revamp it. Get a little, maybe do a little more informational type of website instead of a resale website, which is what it was. I gotta get my shower, go to bed, work tomorrow. Bob, you got my thumbs up as always. Good night. UPS for living the dream. Thank you. And also, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit it. We got a few hundred people here now, so maybe we can get a little like spike going. Do you have any shirts? Yep. If you have something like 75 Oscars and Texas Cichlids are super cheap. Yep. Get out of my wheelhouse. I will say, like, I definitely was not an Oscar person when I got into this hobby. I do like them more and more, but it's like a very gradual, low degree gradient. Like last year, I liked them this much. This year, I like them like that much. How should I move my Raphael catfish 5 inches from one tank to another? Generally with fish that you can't net, I would use like a pitcher, like just a 1 gallon water pitcher, or if it's too big, like a 5 gallon bucket if it fits in the tank, and you could just scoop it out. But yeah, usually I go with the water pitcher because they already have the handle on it. You can get them in different sizes, like 1 gallon, half gallon, depending on how big you need it. You can buy them at a dollar store for like $1. No fly, just a clown killie leaping out of a tank. Yeah, that would be funny. That would be funny. I've thought about having a background tank in the new studio, but the glare, like I just couldn't deal with the glare. It'd be too much glare, but it would be fun. Would be fun, but I don't think it's going to happen. Thanks for this info. I'm using a Fluval 3.0. Lots of easy green, no CO2 though. Maybe next time I get bored enough to try again, I'll try a different fertilizer. What are we talking about here? I already missed it. Caitlin says, no clue. They were only $3 at other places like that because I don't really look elsewhere. I'd rather get quarantine fish and pay the extra money. Yeah. Yep. Exactly, Caitlin. I agree. That's probably, a puffer is probably the one fish that you should definitely pay extra for, knowing that it's already been through quarantine. It's already been dewormed. Now, just saying it's been dewormed, it doesn't mean that it's not going to have worms again in 6 months. Puffers are pretty prone to getting worms just because of their diet. So yeah, so many buckets and containers from the dollar store. It's like Danny, dollar store junkie. That's all right though. That's all right. It's a good place to go for fish supplies, definitely, and the Goodwill. I don't mean any shade by this, but why rainbows? I'm curious why they have such a following. See, Amy, I disagree. I don't think they have a very big following at all. In the world of fish, they're just a very small little fraction of the hobby. So I got to disagree with you. I mean, I love them. So the fact that I have, 50,000 followers and I talk about rainbow fish a lot. Dustin's Fish Tanks, he's like 150,000 subscribers. He talks about rainbows. So it may seem like there's this like rainbow thing, but it's really not. Like, there's such a small part of the hobby. I wish they were bigger. Bob, I'm on my way out, so I've already given you my thumbs up. Good night, Dad, and everyone else. What? Okay. Good night, Lori. Oh, wait, what do we got here? I would totally buy a dwarf Oscar that stayed 1 to 3 inches. They're so fun at that size. Yeah, I would say like that 3 to 4 inch range. If they stayed that way, man, they would be way more popular, and they're already super popular. But Lori, thanks for the thumbs up. Home Depot buckets and air pumps everywhere. I love the USB air pumps. I'm surprised I don't have one sitting here. Not that I could show it because it's green. Where are all the fish nerds that been in the hobby 30 years or longer think I found a diamond in the rough? Someone gave me a book called Aquarium, so I thought it was a... Wait. What? So I thought it was a book. I guess it was a magazine series in 79. Interesting. I love the old stuff. The old literature, reptile and aquarium, both. They're always really fun to read and just see how things are different and see what's changed. Scary Terry says, my Corey's ripped some plants up, and the next morning while the lights were off, I noticed what looked like breeding behavior between 2 rainbows in the floating plant. And that's probably, I mean, unless they were 2 males, they were just sparring. But yeah, male and female, they're probably, you know, throwing eggs. Not uncommon. Would cloudfish or Danios be good for like a 10-gallon or less? I mean, you could do Danios in a 10-gallon for sure, but they're going to be way more enjoyable in like a 20 long. You know, obviously definitely not giant Danios or anything like that, but they just swim really fast and school really fast that I feel like you wouldn't be able to enjoy them as much in a 10-gallon. So it's one of those things, like, yes, they would live in a 10-gallon, but they would be way happier in like a 20 long. My Corey's ripped some plants. Oh, I already got that one. Speaking of air pumps, is there a good budget-friendly air pump that could handle 10 to 15 airlines? I mean, outside of like a linear air piston pump, budget-friendly, not anything that's going to be quiet. There's definitely some on YouTube, but they're, in my experience, super noisy, like insanely noisy. Man, maybe there's something out there, but I haven't seen it. And unless you like actually step up to the linear air piston pumps, like the $200 one from the co-op, or there's other ones too, which I realize is not really budget, but going from like a Whisper 300 that could handle maybe like 2 or 3 to like a linear air piston pump, that's a huge step. And everything in between just seems to be, I've tried it. Like, I've got a whole bin of air pumps, and they're just so noisy. And any of the, like, anything in between that range is just really noisy. I'm sorry, that was supposed to say, Bob, I'm using a voice to text because I can't type. That was so funny. Oh, man. Curtis Schindler with the $1 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. Time for bet here in the UK, so thanks and bye for now. Fishless Clive. Have a good evening, my friend. I'm 17 and have been in the hobby for 8 years. Well, more like 7 years, but either way, I've had fish for like half my life. Awesome. I've had fish for well beyond more than half my life, so you're starting out well. Steenfott Aquatics, do you think shrimp are better than snails? I enjoy shrimp more than I enjoy snails. Obviously, there's just way more variety, in my opinion. And they're funner to watch. So whether they're better, I mean, that's just personal preference. I prefer shrimp over snails. Oh, what else do we got here? I get the whole series. For instance, you can use styrofoam instead of filter for us to collect BB out of your tank. Corey's, we got that one. Shrimp. There you go. All right. I think we covered everything on my list. Yep. We got everything on my list. What's your favorite thing about fish keeping? I don't know that I have like a favorite. I guess my favorite thing about aquariums is that it's basically like having a little ecosystem in your house. It's like just bringing nature inside the house, I think, is what I enjoy. And it's the same thing with reptiles. Both, I've been in doing reptiles and fish my whole life, basically, except for like the first 10 years, obviously. And I've always used like live plants and done natural setups. And for me, it's just that, bringing nature into my home. Fish Kid 61 says shrimp. And the nice thing about fish keeping, there's so much. It's like never ending. You can never stop learning. There's people that've been in the hobby for 40, 50 years and still, there's still something new for them to do. So many different variations. Hey buddy. You're gonna get stepped on right there, dude. There's so many variations of the same fish, so many different ways to do the same thing as well, which is why I just don't like people that talk in absolutes like that. I don't know. That's a whole different subject, a whole different rant. But there's just so many different ways to do the same thing in this hobby that there's just always something new to do. I was looking into those yesterday, but I would have to bleed off extra air since it's a lot more powerful than I need. If so, is that loud? All USB air pump uses lots of outlets. So if you were to use all USB air pumps, then you just get like the there's like USB strips. Just like power strips for plugins. You could buy like a USB strip that has like 20 plugins. But with the with the linear air piston pump, the bleed off, you can make it quieter. So like when I did bleed off in it, I wrapped like batting around it, like filter floss around the bleed off valve. And it really takes a lot of the noise away, so much that you couldn't really hear it. So yeah, it's not that bad. You could also like double up. You could make it a loop system, which is better in the sense that you might not need a blow off, but you still might, but maybe you don't. Depending on, whatever your setup is, how many, like the depth of your tanks obviously makes a huge difference when it comes to, air pumps as well. So again, like so many different variations, but the bleed off, you can quiet it down just by covering it up with filter floss or something where they like, obviously you can't like wrap it in rubber and the air is not gonna be able to go anywhere, but you know what I mean. I think, I don't know. That was That was not a very good sentence fragment. Paragraph. Cool tank idea. 29 with bigger invertebrates like mystery snails and bamboo shrimp and nanofish. I'm not a big mystery snail person because they poop a lot. They're like the goldfish of the invertebrate world. Just so much waste with mystery snails. Just poop. I couldn't imagine keeping like goldfish and mystery snails in the same tank. Whew, you'd have to do like daily water changes. It'd be ridiculous. So much poop. What do I feed my fish? I've got basically every type of frozen food you can buy. So a huge variety of frozen food. And then like my staple is extreme nano pellet or the krill flake. And then either like live food or I don't really do much freeze-dried food anymore. And I don't really do any other types of brands either. I mean, that's pretty much it. Carol Cox with a $5 super chat says Snowflake Quail Fund. Yes, if you saw. Also, I think that's in my YouTube story, but also on my Instagram. Posted a little video of some snowflake quail, bobwhite quail. First time I've ever seen them, and we'll be breeding them, which will be pretty sweet. Guys, I'm going on my other account, so this is me. It's a fish shell. Okay, bye. All right. Got an African knifefish today and a baby spiny eel, a 1.5 Beister yesterday, and 6-inch royal pleco the day before. Really scooping up them fish, huh? Hey, come on, guy. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. All right. You can't lay on my feet. Sorry, it's too hot for that. Too hot for that. Uh-oh, my phone is blowing up. Did my stream break? What's going on here? I just got like 3 messages at once. Okay. Nope. Just a coincidence. Just a random coincidence. Usually when my phone's blowing up in a stream, that means I lost the stream. Brackish budget fish, mud skippers, and are so freaking adorable to watch. I almost used a mud skipper for my thumbnail pic today, but I was like, no, I'll do some schooling fish. Jacob says, change of topic. Well, hey, we're past the hour mark. We are free to talk about whatever we want now. Says, change of topic. They make microwave pork rinds, and they're a game changer for pork rind lovers. I don't even know what a pork rind is, but it just doesn't sound very good. Pork rind. I have no idea what that is. What's the most you spent at a fish store? I spent $700. I've spent more than that. I don't know what the most is, but I've got that beat. Like just buying just tons of aquariums at once. What's the most I've spent on fish at once? Probably like, oh man. Well, at one point I bought 5 zebra plecos, some rainbow fish, and a few other fish, which I would imagine was well north of 700. I don't know. I try not to think about that stuff, so don't ask again. I don't want to know. I do not want to know. Get this, Lumpy Dog. I'm a dog person. Hubs was too. We got a puppy. It comes his bros needing someone to take care of his tank. Me, so I became a fish person. We got 6 tanks in 5 years. Oh, I butchered that one. Bob versus Corey at ping pong. First to 1,000 points. I mean, clearly I would win, obviously. Jacob says, just the reply I was hoping for. Aren't they chips? I feel like they're chips. I don't know. I've never actually seen a pork rind. Pork rinds are basically the fat of bacon fried and puffed up. See, that sounds disgusting to me. Like, why is that a thing? Fried pork skin. It's a southern staple, like fat back. I have no idea what that is. I don't know about microwave pork rinds. I don't know. I spent $700 on my birthday stocking like 8 tanks. That'll do it. That'll do it. Yeah, I mean, technically we could talk about my wholesale orders where I spent more than that, but that's not fair. That's not fair. What's a good fish that I could breed for profit in a 17-gallon cube, preferably a bottom dweller? Corydoras habrosus. Corydoras habrosus. Pork rinds are disgusting. I mean, just the name sounds disgusting. And I love pork. I love me some bacon, but pork rinds, it sounds like the leftover of, it's like the hot dog. It sounds like a hot dog, right? It's just they got all this leftover stuff. Let's just scoop it all together and throw it in a fryer. I don't know. Just not my thing, I guess. If you like them, more power to you. I pulled the trigger on 6 zebras. Just can't find the zebras though. Yeah, definitely one of those fish where I was like, probably shouldn't have got rid of those fish. But after like 2 or 3 years of owning them and not being able to breed them, I was pretty discouraged and ready to get rid of them. Had I kept them, I probably could have cracked the code eventually because they're not the hardest fish in the world to breed. What kind of rainbow fish would do well in a 60 tall with 1 angel, 4 headstanders? And thank you for answering my last question. Biscotti, Nunya, 60 tall. Someone's remind me the dimensions of a 60 tall. 60 tall. Is that 3 feet? If it's 3 feet wide I would probably go with Plecos rainbows. If it's 4 feet, that's going to open you up to way more rainbows. But I think the 60 tall is like 3 feet, I think. 3 feet wide. Which would put you in the Plecos rainbow or the dwarf neon rainbow fish, which would be perfectly fine with those fish. Talk about the tank behind you. This tank belongs to Rio, who is a YouTuber, has a really cool channel. And yeah, he sent me this video to use in my backgrounds. And yeah, that's it. It's got ember tetras. There's some mono shrimp in there. All kinds of various plants. Watch for my email, Bob. My hat will be flying over your way soon as I find the right one. All right. I haven't checked my email in about a month, so I'm pretty awesome. Probably lots of spam over there. I should probably check my email more often, but I feel like since I'm not selling fish, I really don't check it that much. Let's see. What do we got here? What do we got going on here? This is not the right email. What is this? Oh, here we go. This is the right email. Too many email addresses. 300-gallon Rubbermaid stock tank, $50 off a Tractor Supply? What? Dang. Maybe I should check my email more often. I wonder if it's still on sale. I use them as little garnish on dishes I made at work. Ginger Grumble with the $5 super chat says thanks to go. Have to go. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for the $5 super chat and hanging out. I appreciate it. My dad used to make homemade pork rinds from pigskin, and they were the best thing in the world. Hey, more for you then. More for you. I mean, I would try one. I'm not afraid to try food, but it sounds like something I would not enjoy, which probably means I would love it. Well, if they would change the name to something like delicious pork or something, I don't know. But pork rinds, it just doesn't sound good. Only 153 likes. We can get a few more, I think. That's not asking for too much, is it? Never have any algae issues. Like, I got Blackbeard, but the stocking keeps it mowed back to where it is more like another color than a nuisance. Every year on my birthday, I put about $1,000 worth of fish in the cart online, but then delete it all because I remember I'm a broken. I think we all do that with various things, not just fish. I'm pretty sure that's something we've all done a time or two. That may well be happening. My 40-gallon I just set up. Where do you get them from? Ooh, what do we got here? What? $15 each. I got 4 for $60. Kept in a 50-gallon breeder. Oh, mud skippers. Yes, mud skippers. Mud skippers. Whatever you do, do not buy them from Arizona Aquatic Gardeners. Okay, I gotta turn my phone off. I don't know why every person I know is deciding to message me right now. All right. Ooh, my Amazon package must be arriving. Finally. Will I be able... Wait, Steenfott Aquatics. Will I be able to be a budget mod, meaning I act a mod, but not actually be one? I mean, a lot of people do that. There's a lot of mods that say, don't forget to hit the like button. There's a lot of mods that try to link stuff, but links are turned off unless you're a mod. Actually, I don't even know if mods can do links. But yeah, I mean, that is the way to become a mod, right? Like, if you want to be a mod for a channel, do what mods do. Like, there's nothing stopping you from doing what mods do. So that would be my advice. If there's some channel that you want to be a mod to, that's all you have to do. You just have to do what mods do. And that's basically advice for life, you know? You want to be a race car driver? Do what race car drivers do. Go out on the freeway and race cars, right? Eventually, someone's going to be like, that guy is a good race car driver. He just passed like 200 cars on the freeway. So, you know, it's pretty good life advice. My husband loves those. Wait, what? There's always that one pork rind in the bag that is rock hard. What? That just sounds... This is getting worse. It's getting worse. Bob, someone posted a 500-gallon tub through OfferUp for $200 in Monroe. Definitely a better offer than that in your email. 500-gallon tub. And you didn't buy it? Is it still available? 500-gallon? I don't know. Have I ever seen a 500-gallon? All right. We're gonna have to look at OfferUp right now. How do you not spend $200 on 500 gallons? All right. I'll just put 500 gallon. Hopefully it comes up. Hopefully. Oh, yeah, there it is right there. Yeah, I'm going to say that this is not even close to 500 gallons. Like, this is the problem we face in our hobby, that the people that are not in the hobby don't really know how big stuff is. No leaks, less than 2 years old. Oh, just 2 years old. Used as a temporary housing for koi fish before building pond. Oh, here we go. Roughly 300 or 500 gallons. I can't remember which. That's a pretty big difference. That is a pretty big difference. And we know what? We can just show this to everyone. Why not? I can look at this and tell you it's not 500 gallons. Where am I going? Wrong one. Wrong one. Here we go. Like this? No. Not 500 gallons. Not even close. But to be fair, roughly 300 or 500 gallons. I can't remember which. Like, that is such a huge difference. How do you just be like, you know, it's either 10 gallons or 210 gallons. I can't really remember which. Like, what the heck, people? At least put the dimensions. If you don't remember, put the dimensions. It's not that hard. 200-gallon difference. Maybe that's how I sell my 10-gallon tanks. I'm going to put my 10-gallon tanks on OfferUp. And I'll be like, well, it's either 10 gallons or 210 gallons. I don't remember which. That's so funny. How about we just settle on you know, it's either 300 or 500. We'll settle on 400. How about that? Let's make a deal. Let's settle on 400 and I'll come pick it up. How about that? 400 gallons. Let's make a deal. That's so funny. Tomorrow, the news story: a man from Florida was arrested after Bob told him to race his car on the freeway. Hey, if that's gonna happen anywhere, it's definitely Florida man. That's a Florida man thing right there. It is. I will say that's a good looking tub, and honestly, even at $300, it's worth $200. So, yeah. My neighbor's Shih Tzu just got hit and dragged to death under. Well, that's a terrible story. Man, boy, that's just an energy ruiner right there. That's terrible. John, I'm sorry you had to see that, my friend. People, I know we are a lazy species, but the viewer to like ratio is disgusting. Please, it's just 2 seconds and push it, please. It's not that terrible. That's pretty close, isn't it? Steenfott Aquatics, next time you're with Corey and you get some Mexican food, order chicharrones? Chicharrones? I don't probably not pronouncing that right. Probably not pronouncing that right. Hug your pups, you never know. Yep. I mean, hug everyone. I'm a hugger. You gotta hug everyone. You never know. Brothers don't shake hands. Brothers gotta hug. I do like this size of tub. It's probably the 300 gallon. It's probably just the standard like 300 gallon Rubbermaid. Actually, that one's round. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways. Alternatives to a mono shrimp, don't think they exist in Australia. I think pretty much the only alternative would be like cherry shrimp. I know some people looking for 10 gallons, Bob. Chicharrones? Chicharrones. Oh, I guess that makes way more sense. Chicharrones? Chicharrones. Yeah, that makes way more sense. Chicharrones are pork rinds? Oh, you son of a bitch. No way. When you like a video, it goes into a list of videos. Maybe that's why people don't like videos. Um, I have, I don't know. Do people actually look at their liked videos list? Sometimes I look at mine and like go all the way to the end just to see like what I was watching like 10 years ago. And I'm always like, ugh, I'm an idiot. You still planning on doing your shrimp project? That is still a plan. We'll see how it goes. I'd like to do them in outdoor tubs like during the, spring, summer, fall, winter-ish time of year. So we'll see how it goes. I just actually put red crystal shrimp outside yesterday. And we'll see how well they do. I hope they do well. But yeah, I would love to just do totes and totes and totes of shrimp. I was gonna do like stack or racks of 40 breeders and do shrimp, but I want to do them outside. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll give you a hug, Bob. I'll take hugs from anyone. I am definitely a hugger. Not to brag, but I'm a pretty dang good hugger. You know. My liked videos is a train wreck. I know. So sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like this video so I can come back to it. So like, if I'm watching like how-to videos, I'm like, I'll hit the like button so I can come back to it. Sometimes I do that, but now I'm to the point where, like, there's this one video that shows how to do like one simple thing on my video editing software. However, I only do this like maybe once or twice a year, and so now I have to scroll through this long list of like videos because I can never remember how to do it because I don't do it often enough. It takes me more time to scroll through all the videos than it does to actually do the edit. And it's just some random like masked edit. So if you don't know what that is, it doesn't really matter. Who cares? I don't even know why I told that story. You don't even know what you are missing out on. I mean, like I said, I would try it, but I don't know. As a half Mexican guy, I love listening to you pronounce Spanish things. I get it 100%, but it is still funny. Oh man. Sometimes when I'm like going to sleep, I'll watch YouTube videos like that are Spanish. It doesn't even really matter what they are, but I'm like, I'm going to fall asleep listening to this Spanish YouTube video, and when I wake up, I'm going to be able to speak Spanish. That's how it works. It hasn't happened yet, but maybe someday. Maybe someday. I used to know a lot of Spanish. My best friend and his family were from, gosh, it was like 30 years ago. I don't even remember. Argentina, maybe. And I hung out with them so long, like I was actually starting to pick up what they were talking about. And but then, I moved away as a kid, and now I don't remember any of it. Dehydrated pork rinds. Ooh. Stir fry guy, it's a monos. The babies need brackish water minimum. Yeah. If we're talking about breeding a monos, you need brackish. It won't work without it. Regina Phalanges. Hello, Regina. Didn't get the memo, just got here. How about I'll tell you the memo. The memo is every Monday, 5 p.m. PST. Every Monday. I've only missed one. I've only missed one, huh, buddy? Only missed one. My oldest liked video is a Minecraft tutorial. Can you sort it by year? I'm curious what mine is. I don't know if you can sort it by year, but I'll find out right now. I'll probably be too embarrassed to even say what it is. How about that? Where's liked? Show more. Liked videos. Hopefully it doesn't start auto-playing something. And shuffle play. Show unavailable videos. No. I don't see a way to sort this by... Oh my gosh, what just happened? Hopefully I didn't just kill my YouTube. Shuffle. I don't want to shuffle. Let me scroll all the way down here. Oh. My mouse scroll is not working. What the heck is going on here? Okay, there it goes. All the way down. Oh my gosh. This is going to take forever. I'll tell you what. I'll keep reading comments and just like scroll I'm just gonna keep scrolling. I'm guessing MC Hammer music video. It could be, but odds are it would be Vanilla Ice because you know, that song was pretty sweet. Ooh, Whitefin Tetras. Oh, and it doesn't show a date on them either. Roach care and breeding. Nope, that's not the last one. Wow. My very first liked video is Wilhelm Kempf plays Beethoven Moonlight Sonata. My second first liked is Chopin or Chopin or Chipon Chopin. But then we go downhill pretty fast. So we got Beethoven, Chopin, 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 and then it's Dumb and Dumber Mockingbird Seeing. That's my third first liked video. That's so funny. We got some classical music and then Dumb and Dumber singing Mockingbird. All right, that was a fun experiment. Hey Bob, I thought today was Sunday. It does feel like a Sunday, doesn't it? I don't know. A lot of people had the day off. A lot of things were closed today, so I guess it does kind of feel like a Sunday. Yeah, I can't blame you. My oldest video is a Paul Cafaro video. Gross. Ugh, gross. Ugh. Ugh. Terrible. How dare you? How dare you? Hey, we all got to learn. You know, we got to learn even from our mistakes. There's a learning opportunity there. Interesting. Bob likes classical and nonsense. Mock. Yeah. Bird. Yeah. Mockingbird. Don't everybody have you heard? I know mine is a PewDiePie video for sure. Oh, man. Anyways. I'm waiting for my blue dreams to begin breeding. I want the entire tank to be one huge blue swarm. Blue dreams are awesome. I would love to do blue bolts. I've tried miserably to keep blue bolts once a long time ago and failed. I'm pretty sure I could do it now, though. Pretty sure I could do it now. Monday, Sunday, Fun Day. My 3-year-old and I call today Sunday Fun Day Part 2. Part 2. Hey, I just said that. I had to ask myself what day it is today like 3 times. Yeah, it's definitely got some Sunday vibes going today. I don't know. Definitely Sunday vibes. My first Preston Plays lie test on Unspeakable. I don't know what Preston Plays is. Oh, first like Preston Plays. Okay, never mind. I get it. I kind of want to look through that whole list now because I've had my YouTube account since 2007. I think maybe sooner. It would take me ages to scroll. Yeah. My most recently liked video is a stream by some guy named Bob. That's the way to do it. That's the way right there. I'm not sure why so many people have today off. Like, I feel like when I was a working man, I never got the day after 4th of July off. But now I feel like everybody, now it's like the 5th of July is some federal holiday, not the 4th. Everyone has the day off. It's crazy. Thursday equals Friday Junior. I feel like Thursdays were always the worst day of the week. It's like, it's so close to Friday, but it's not Friday. But I don't really have those troubles anymore. So, I don't know. To me, they're all just days now. Sunday, Wednesday, whatever day. Doesn't matter anymore. Actually, the only day that really matters, I guess, would be Monday. Because I got to come on here. The only thing I do in my life is live stream 2 hours a week. That's it. Speaking of pork, I did a pork loin on my smoker today, and it was real good. Speaking of pork, we are in the pork section of this live stream. Day after the holiday gets the holiday. Everyone got it off because they normally get Sunday off. It's Revenge of the 5th. At work as we speak, just a regular Monday for me. It's Tuesday for me. All right. I work at a golf course and I got it off. Man, I would say working at a golf course was my second favorite job. I have off today because 4th of July is a paid holiday for me, and we won't work on Sundays. Yeah, but see, like, I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it because, like, the 4th of July was always a paid holiday. So, like, if it landed on a weekend, then I would just got an extra day's pay on my paycheck. And if it was during the week, then I would get double time for that day. Like, I didn't actually get the day off unless it was on a weekend. Feeling like a pot roast over brisket for tomorrow. I mean, since the pandemic started, are we still a thing? You're welcome for going on 30 minutes. You're welcome for the going on 30 minutes continuous topic. It's just something about food. Somebody actually commented. I don't know if I can find the comment now, but someone actually left a comment on the other live stream. Like, it seems like they were like, it seems like eventually on all fish streams we end up talking about food. So I was just like, it does kind of seem that way. Not just like all fish live streams, not just my channel, all of them. Who made that comment? I don't think I can find it now. It's been too long. And I posted like 3 stories that all have comments, so I'm definitely not going to find it now. Not that it matters. But if you're that person and you're in the stream or you're rewatching it, thanks for the comment. That was very reassuring to know that it's not just me. Paul says, attempt number 3, my bronze cories have plastered eggs all over their tank. Autocorrect is annoying. Oh, man. I'm at the beverage cart, so I get mad tips for my fish addiction. Oh, you drive the beverage cart. I never did that. There was one time when I had to work in the espresso stand because somebody called out, and I was like the pro shop manager, and then I had to go work in the espresso stand, and I've never drank coffee. I've never made coffee. It was crazy. People would be like, I want a triple maca latte loca iced microwaved blue coffee thing. And I'd be like, you're getting this cup of coffee. That's what you're getting. You're getting this cup of coffee that came out of this little drip machine because I don't know how to make none of that nonsense. I need to start eating before I watch live streams. We always end up talking about food and I always get hungry. I'm already thinking like, what can I eat after the stream? I already know. I'm going to have barbecue chicken after the stream. My first like video is from a channel called FishKid61. It was his first video. I'm actually not joking. Hey, there's nothing wrong with liking your own videos. It helps the algorithm. Why not? Like, we all do it. Most companies that give a day off give those X number of days off regardless of when the holidays fall. I guess, I was kind of in the service industry, so it wasn't like, hey, we're all just closing down for the day because the business was still open. So, espresso, not espresso. Speaking of coffee, it's refill time. Espresso. Oh, excuse me. Espresso. It's my accent. Don't accent shame me, you West Coaster type person. Retired every day is Saturday. Yep. The beverage cart is just drink in cans. I couldn't never do what the bartenders do. Saw a laddie buying neon tetras and talking to the worker about her cat gulps pretty... What? Saw a laddie buying neon tetras and talking to the worker about her cat. Pretty suspect. How did your motorcycle endorsement go? I think I was legit almost heat stroking. So I took the motorcycle endorsement class during a heat wave, and wouldn't you know it, I decided to not eat beforehand. And it was 6 hours on pavement in the blazing hot sun. And of course, we were required to wear all our motorcycle gear. And like the last hour to hour and a half, I was like, I was having to give myself pep talks. Like, there's only 4 more driving segments to do. You can make it. You can make it. Only 4 more. Then I complete one. I'm like, okay, only 3 more. You could do it. And I'm just like, man, I was like so out of it. I would not recommend not eating And then the only thing I brought was like a little water bottle, like a little 16-ounce water bottle. Oh, I was dying. It was terrible, but I passed. So in the end, it was all right. But man, it was miserable. It was so hot. Like, man, heat stroking. That does not sound good at all. Heat stricken. And thankfully, I get to go and do it all over again because we live in a stupid state. I mean me, live in a really stupid state. So yeah, I passed and I get to go do it all over again and pay again. His English is #1 tonight. I have the best English ever. Nowhere near the West Coast, and you have 0 accent, but okay. Didn't I say East Coast or did I say West Coast? I don't know. I'm in the middle of a heat stroke. Calm down. Golfers get rowdy when their Bloody Marys aren't ready after the first 9. Spicy ham sandwich sounds good. Yeah, similar thing happened to me, but I don't think it was as hot as it was for you. Congrats. Yeah. I'm not really excited about having to do it twice and having to pay to do it twice, but not much I can do about it unless I want to keep riding illegally. I think Seattle, Washington is pretty cool. I think Seattle is kind of a crap hole, but the state is pretty cool. Hi from Sweden, Bob. Hello, Sweden. Done some nightly water changes while lurking. Apistos, Zebra Acaras, Geophagus sebeni. I can never pronounce that. Jellybean Tetras, Killies times 6. Favorite campfire dinner is steak. Always steak. Always steak. Fair enough, but I still better than wait. What'd she say? Heat stroke is heat stricken. What'd she say? What the old Zen jitter say? I think I missed it. Oh well. I have the most goodest English. Goodest. I've seen Bob driving a motorcycle on video games. Not sure how he passed the test. Well, I've been driving motorcycles for like 30 years. So it's the issue was for me was, so you use their motorcycles, and of course they just have the smallest, cheapest motorcycles. So I don't know if you ever seen Chris Farley do his fat guy in a skinny coat routine. That was like me on a motorcycle. Like, I mean, my knees are like up in the handlebars, and I'm just like, oh man. Don't worry about it. I also live in a stupid state. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I was only in the tourist part of Seattle. Sprained my ankle during my motorcycle training and still passed. I don't know how you fail, because there was a guy like put his foot down all the time. Like every turn he put his foot down and he passed. So I don't know. Did Bob just called Zen old? Looks like trouble. I don't think so. I don't think so. Are there any cold water budget nanofish? I would think maybe the least killifish, the Heterandria formosa. I saw 20 for $20 on Aquabid not too long ago, and yeah, I would probably go for them. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily call them cold water, but they're definitely like a cool water. Like, you don't need a heater for them. They can go pretty cold. As far as like cold water, I mean, goldfish maybe. I don't know. I got my motorcycle license in May 1974. Oh, I still don't have my license. I just have a permit. Woo. Woohoo, my permit. Just get one of those mini bikes to prepare yourself for having your knees up in the handlebars. The interesting thing is like when I was going through and filling it out, like you could request a scooter, like a little 50 or 60 cc scooter, and I'm like, that's stupid. And sure enough, there's 12 people in the class, and one of them requested a scooter, and there's this guy on this scooter, and I'm like, why would he do a scooter? But one, they're automatic, And she was just like whipping in and out of everything, like the cone test where you're doing this, and like the U-turn test. You just like zooming all over the place. And I was like, all right, that dude is way smarter than me. I should have done a scooter, because the tests were so much easier. An automatic versus a manual, and like, oh man, it just zipped around everywhere. I imagine Bob with his biker gang patches on with a bandana cruising on his. I did ask. So they lined us all up, and they were like, okay, you all just passed. And they went through the whole spiel about what to do at the DMV. And they're like, does anyone have any questions? And I was like, is there like a website or something I can go to sign up to be in motorcycle gangs? And she was like, first of all, they're clubs. And I was like, whoa, okay, it was a joke. Calm down. That's pretty funny. I've been seeing a lot of 3-gallon tanks. What fish can go in 3 gallons? I can see shrimp in them. I would only do shrimp. I mean, people are doing bettas in like 2.5, 3-gallon tanks, but I don't know, just not for me. I generally do not like nano tanks. Like even 5-gallon tanks, too small for me to enjoy. I have my first driving lesson in 2 days. Hey everybody, I have to go. Sorry for the self-promotion, just a laugh. Hello, by the way, I haven't been timed out by a mod for at least the last 5 streams, so I am maturing. Hey, it's good to have goals. Good to always be improving. I got mine just 3 years ago. I've been driving for 5. Living on the fast lane. I've seen a fat guy get out of a Hennessy Venom. It looks so funny. Is that one of the tricycles? I don't know. I'll have to Google it. Let's see. I'm curious what that is. I'll just Google it real quick. Oh, that looks like a very expensive car. Definitely not a tricycle. She took her job seriously, sir. She's probably in a motorcycle gang and was like ready to slit my throat. I don't know. What is my favorite oddball fish? I don't know. I really like rope fish. I really like puffers. I don't know. I'd probably go with rope fish if you can classify that as oddball, which I think you can. It's been a long time since I've kept them. I want to get them again. But yeah, I would go with puffers or rope fish. Have my Class A since 2018. M license since 2007. I don't even know what that means. I'm so proud of we Kiwi Fish Kid. Getting better all the time. I didn't think Bob would need a motorcycle license to drive his Rascal. It's a tote goat, actually. It's a little, 30cc tote goat from 1961. All right. Let's at least, get it right. Had my license for 14 years. Oh, it's Class A, like Class A is the truck thing. Yeah, never mind. Had my Class A since 2013, and motorcycle license. Duh. I've got a tank full of marbled blue pearl angel juvies that are constantly looking for food. They get fed 4 times a day, and it's still not enough. I feel like that's most fish, to be honest. You could feed fish like 10 times a day, and they will always eat. They will always eat. But 5-gallon tanks are so much fun when you do them well. Don't get me wrong, I'd prefer if all my 5 gallons were 10s, but with the space I have, it's good to be able to keep anything. Yeah, I mean, if 5 gallons was all I had space for, then I would keep 5-gallon tanks. I'm not saying that to be negative or critical about them. It's just a personal preference thing for me. Like, yeah, that's all. I got pork grinds out of a burnt semi-truck. They were terrible. Okay. So close to 200 likes. Please hit like. Like it. I didn't think Bob would need a Rascal. I'm so proud of Kiwi. She took her job seriously. The co-op has rope fish, right? Meow. I will be getting them as soon as I have a tank for them. Well, I'm still waiting for a certain someone to breed them and then send them to me. If that'll ever happen, I don't know, but we'll see. Common goldfish are a good budget fish. I don't know if you're trolling or if you're serious, because I feel like they're a terrible budget fish. Like, yeah, they're cheap, but they get big. So I don't know. Have you seen the inflatable carts? I really want one. Huh. No. 5.5 gallon tanks are great for growing out guppy fry, but why not do it in like a 20 gallon tank? Or a 100 gallon tank? Or a 500 gallon tank? You know, it's either 500 gallons or 10 gallons. I don't know which, but it's one or the other. I only feed my fish 2 times a day because they look bloated if I give them more. I feed my fish once a day. And then I don't even feed on Sunday. Cold water as in no heater cold water tank. Yeah, so if you're like room temperature, yeah, Heterandria formosa would be your nano fish. That would be my go-to. Polar blue parrots have become popular here lately in Phoenix, but someone posted it on Facebook that they aren't parrots at all. They are convicts. Any thoughts? I have done zero research. Feel free to scold me. I can't scold you because both of those fish are not fish I've ever kept or will ever keep. There are blue, like, I think I've seen the blue parrots advertised as like real parrotfish, not the man-made parrotfish. There's also like I've seen, and that's just like blue parrots. The polar blue thing, I've seen like it. To me, it looked like a cross between like a parrotfish and like some sort of convict Honduran cichlid. Weird. I don't know, but they're definitely man-made. So I guess you could call them whatever you want because they're not natural. So I don't know. Definitely not in my wheelhouse, though. I'm not an expert on those fish at all. For some types of fry, it can be better to keep them in smaller tanks so they can easily find food. That is certainly the case as well. But I don't know, like if I'm breeding guppies, I want them in a large tank with lots of plants, lots of algae, and just having to remove them all the time or net them out to move them, to me, I don't know, doesn't sound like a fun time. But there's definitely fry that you like, Pleco fry, definitely easier to raise those than smaller. Like, and I'm talking like the first week, within the first week of them like absorbing the egg yolk, the egg sac. I think polar blues are parrots crossed with Honduran red points. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying, right? Like they kind of look like a cross of all three, of parrots, convicts, and Honduran red points. Man, inflatable scooter. I don't know that I could get behind that. Like, what happens if you get a rock and you're driving down the road and a rock just goes right through your scooter? It's now a deflatable scooter. I don't know. Can bickers by shears live with eels? You could probably do like a Senegal with like a spiny tail or something. You know, as long as you're not cramming them in like a 10-gallon tank, you could probably do it. You can park your car downtown and travel with your scooter. Check it out. Looks cool. I don't know. I don't know that I can get behind an inflatable scooter, but I will definitely check it out. Oh, man. Thanks, Mike. I thought they were Honduran red point crossed with parrots, but I wasn't sure. I won't lie. I kind of like them, but I hate going with the trends. They have been around forever. So, you know, well, I'm not going to say forever, but I've definitely seen them here and there over the last few years. But I'm definitely with you with like not wanting to go with the trends. I forgot about fricatas. Did anyone say pseudos earlier when we discussed cool, inexpensive fish? We did not talk about pseudomcgills because I don't think they're that inexpensive, but they're not expensive either. Have you seen self-driving motorcycles? No. Tetras electric unicycle? Interesting. I'm not big on the electric vehicles personally, no matter what kind. Although I do like the idea of the electric battery, whatever, like mountain bikes. I think that would be kind of fun. But generally, not a big electric vehicle person. Like a fair amount of metal around me when I travel faster than 10 miles per hour. Yeah, I guess. What about when you fly? Then you're surrounded by like fiberglass and cloth. Fricatas, I don't know. It's just, they're kind of a dainty little fish. They can be pretty finicky. Pretty finicky. I don't know. But they're, I would say fricatas, what are they, like $4 or $5? We could throw fricatas in there. I don't think I would throw the other pseudomagills in there though. Tesla, I don't trust. For me, it's not a trust issue. I just not a fan. Just not a fan. I get into a whole area that we don't want to go into. Guppies are a budget fish to an extent. Yes, I specifically left off like guppies and swordtails and mollies, simply because I thought someone else would bring them up, but you're the first person to say guppies. No one has said mollies, unless I missed it. Let me just clarify that. I might have missed it, but lamp-eye killifish. Yep. Even like there's like a Norman's lamp-eye killifish, a very good budget fish. But the cloth is painted with aluminum paint. I just think the self-driving motorcycle is cool. There's a mode where it will follow the owner while they're walking, and I think that's interesting. I don't know that I'd want that. Like, you're gonna drain your battery. Like, what you're like picking out produce in Safeway, the grocery store, and the motorcycle's like following you up and down the aisle. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of interesting, I guess. I wish pseudos were inexpensive in Australia. They're minimum $15 each, up to $30 for some. Besides signifers, which you could probably get for $1 each in the summer. I guess there is signifer too. I always overlook that one. I never really recommend that one because that's another one that can be really finicky. Really finicky. The Harley Livewire looks kind of cool, but I don't know if I can get behind an electric Harley. Yeah. I'd probably never drive an electric vehicle, to be honest. Steenfott Aquatics, soup up the lawn tractor. No license required. If I had a lawn tractor. Lithium batteries are worse for the environment and made with slave labor because of where the mineral is found. That is definitely true. It's like the suitcase you sit on. What about chair pants? Who did the chair pants? I don't remember what show that was from. I've never had mollies or swordtails. I've never seen any I've really liked that I could buy. Yeah, I've never been a big swordtail guy. I got green swordtails because they were one penny. So I bought a bunch of them for a penny, and then I had koi swordtail, which were pretty cool. Showa koi swordtail. Those were actually pretty neat. But I've never really been into swordtails. I've never really been into mollies. But I was never really into platies either until I got them, and now I love platies. So, who's to say? If I don't know, I probably like mollies, I guess. But so far, I just haven't really had an inkling, I guess, to get them. You'll drive what the man tells you. I like white clouds, both regular color and the golds, and leopard Danios. Maria, amazing fish. We talked about those earlier. I cannot say enough good things about white cloud minnows. Just super durable, hardy, very inexpensive. I got sent koi swordtail instead of the platies I ordered. Interesting. Teslas are designed with the battery attached to the chassis. So when the battery dies after its 10-year lifespan, you have to total it out or replace the entire chassis, forcing you into a replacement. For me, fricatas are tough as nails, but other tough fish aren't for me. Yeah, that's one of the things about this hobby, right? Fricatas and signifers, they're just one of those fish like you really don't want to miss water changes with. There's lots of fish out there. I mean, white clouds, you could go like a year without doing a water change in a white cloud tank, and it's not going to cause any problems. But I feel like fricatas, you might be able to get away with missing one scheduled water change, but if you miss two, they're really particular about their water parameters. So, heaters probably aren't calibrated correctly. Turn them down a bit and see what the temp reads. Oh, what's going on here? Skeeter. Why are my tanks warmer than my heaters are set? Could be my filters are heating up my water to hang on back, or it could be warm outside, right? It could be environmental. Also, Skeeter, heaters are very unreliable. So chances are, if you have it set to 78, it could be blasting out at 82. So, yeah. I would trust your thermometer way more than whatever your heater is set to. So, yeah, there's not really like... I just hate heaters. There's really nothing good about heaters. Yeah, I definitely would not trust a heater. So get yourself a thermometer and trust what the thermometer says. If you have your heater set to 78 and your thermometer says 82, then I would dial back the heater a little bit and kind of go that route. The chair pants are on the red and green show. Red and green show? I don't even know what that is. Actually, unplug them. My house is at 70. Tanks are at 76 and 84. Also, what kind of lighting do you have? You know, lights create heat as well. Something to think about, maybe. Smelling all the gunpowder last night made me reminisce the good old two-stroke. K-Stu says, Skeeter, don't trust them heaters. Yeah, Skeeter, don't trust them heaters, buddy. And you know what? Caitlin says also the placement of the thermometer makes a difference. That's true too, but also if even thermometers can be unreliable. So I don't know. I have thermometers in some of my tanks. I also have a heat temperature gun right here. So one of these bad boys. Whoa. Whoa. See? 86 degrees. 83 degrees. 88 degrees. Yeah, that's pretty hot in here. Quote of the stream. Skeeter, don't trust them heaters. If I were you, I would probably do a cold water change to bring the temperature down a little bit. And then obviously you want to monitor it and turn your heaters down. Strange, does the water feel warm? The thermometers could be off too. Yep. So have backups for your backups. If you have a thermometer, get a heat gun. These are like $12 on Amazon. Probably even cheaper at like Home Depot, as I just blasted my eyeball with a laser. That's pretty smart. Are we really free or stuck in a simulation? Well, simulation or not, we are definitely not free at all. Hoverboards. Eric says white clouds, rosy barbs. Ooh, rosy barbs. That's a good one. Endlers. Yes, we didn't talk about endlers. Endlers are cheap in my book due to how fast they breed. And honestly, endlers have come down so much in price over like the last 5 years. 5 years ago, like 6 endlers were like $60. Now you can get endlers for like just a couple dollars. So, yep, really, really good suggestion there. All right, we're just gonna skip that comment. Red Green Show was a show I used to watch with my dad. Do you want the blue pill or the red pill? It is up to you. It is up to you. I'm thinking it has to be the lights. It can't be my filter. It's definitely not the filters. Although filters will heat up, but with the filters, like if you have a hang-on back filter, just feel the motor and feel how hot the motor is. If it's like blazingly hot, then it could definitely be the heater. But yeah, it could also more likely be the lights. Unless, you know, yeah, probably the lights. How hot was your eye? Skeeter, don't trust them heaters. Boy, cold water change when it comes out of the tap in the mid-90s here. You learned quickly to use a 55-gallon to fill them buckets up the day before. Yeah, I guess I'm lucky in that aspect. Or unlucky, depending on how you look at it. You can get like 50 endlers for $20. Yep. Yeah. I remember selling just packs of 6 for like $50, $60, and they would just sell out immediately. Like you just posting them local way back in the day. Way back in the day, like 5 years ago. Red Green was a fantastic show. Keep your stick on the ice. Red Green. Huh. Yes, the motors on my hang-on backs are hot. Hot. They shouldn't be hot enough to where you can't touch them. So if they're like really super hot, then something's going on. You know what's not cool about living in Louisiana? The cold water out of the tap is 80 degrees in the summer. Ugh, that sounds miserable. Like, at least for me, when it was 110 here last week, I was able to go out and like hose off and still get cold water. I love the red green show. Duct tape will fix anything. Duct tape. Steenfott infrared thermometers are the best. I love them. I'm not gonna say they're like super highly accurate, but you know, you get a pretty good idea. How hot are you, dog? 87? You're not 87. Get out of here. You're a liar. You're a liar. Get out of here, you goofball. Hypothetically, you could get infinite endlers for the price of a pair or a trio. That's true. That is certainly true. Any community fish besides goldfish? Well, honestly, Kyle, I wouldn't say goldfish or community fish, personally. Any community fish that will eat goldfish, any community fish that will eat goldfish, any community fish that will eat duckweed. I have certain rainbows that will eat duckweed. That's the only fish I've ever kept that's eaten duckweed outside of goldfish are rainbows. And not all of them. Not all of them. But like my Goiter River rainbows, they went crazy over duckweed. I could put duckweed in that tank and it would be gone within a day or two. Red, green, definitely. How does everyone know about this show but me? I mean, I don't watch TV. So is it like a new show? Or is this an old show? Red, green TV show. 2006? Wait. From 1991. 1991 to 2006. Interesting. Steve Smith, Patrick McKenna. Very interesting. Oh, I like this guy. I might have to check this out. Interesting. No, a very old show. Oh, I wouldn't say very old. I'll say old, though. Skeeter don't trust them heaters says, I dated a guy 20 years ago that would actually rush home to watch Red Green Show. Yeah, he's an ex, but it was pretty funny. My libraries eat duckweed on occasion, but not nearly enough to get rid of it. Canadian comedy, Ultra Bob, look up the highlights. Yes, I will. I'll check it out. I'm pulling the trigger on these electric blue Acaras and then calling my LFS and telling him to order me up a flock of green barbs. Green tiger barbs? Duct tape forever. Red Green Show is everyone's after homework favorite. After stream homework. Jeremy says, I love my electric blue Acaras, Kenny, but they breed like guppies, like clockwork, every 10 to 14 days. It's okay, Steenfott Aquatics. I never heard of that show either. At least I'm not the only one. Thank you. Whew. Red Green is a Canadian skit comedy show on PBS in the U.S. We don't even have PBS. Is that even still a thing? I don't know. Super old show. I don't even have a TV anymore. Same. Hey, easy, buddy. Easy, buddy. All right. Oh, maybe. Hold on. All right. Red, green, if you ain't handsome, you'd better be handy. Jeez. Man, I'm neither. But I know some stuff about fish, so, you know, I got that going for me. Oh, man. Yeah, sorry, I can't suggest any duckweed eater except for a very few select species of rainbow. Also, jungle val will kill duckweed, but you need a fair amount of jungle val, and it will eventually start killing off the duckweed, which is kind of cool. Caitlin says, never heard of it either. Thank you. I feel a little bit better now. Three of us now. Yeah, you guys probably hear my dogs. Sorry about that. They're getting a little antsy. A little antsy in the pantsy. Roll over snots and let Uncle Clark scratch your belly. Yep. Get in there, snot. Go in the kitchen. Fix yourself something to eat. Audio cameo from Doggo in the background. Uh-oh. What is this right here? What is this? What is this right here? What is this? What is this? What is that? What is that? What is this line? Ooh. I don't know what that line is. It's like nothing. There's nothing here, but there's a line. Let's try to move this. Oh, oh. Oh, there we go. Oh, now there's a line over there. I'm glad we're at the end of the stream, because this is... What the heck is going on? Gotta find that good spot right there. There it is. Red to Green came on every Saturday night on PBS when I was a kid. It was awesome. Fish knowledge is handy. What's the point of watching TV when I have a YouTube and I can get free movies on my phone by pirating them? There's tons of free movies on YouTube in general. Like, there's so many free streaming services. How does Jungle Val kill duckweed? Tell me more. By, I believe, I'm probably going to butcher this word, but it's called allelopathy. Allelopathy or something. Where basically plants, like, get into this chemical warfare mode of trying to kill off the other plant so that it can have all the nutrients all to itself. And it sounds pretty crazy, but it is a thing. Allelopathy, that might be wrong, but someone will correct me because I always say it wrong, and then someone always corrects me, thankfully. Your dogs are beautiful, and they can jump on stream whenever. They actually can jump on stream, but they're not. Like, I actually put a platform behind me so that they can jump up on stream. Get up, get up. But they can't be laying down. So you got it. There you go, get up. Hey, no, get up. Oh, I went through all this trouble to get a platform for him. PBS back in the day. Oh, and then he just jumped down. I don't know. See that? Come on. Come here. Come on. Okay, here he comes. There he is. And there he goes. What a waste. I spent all day working on that, and they don't even sit on it. They were sitting on it and sleeping on it all day, but now... do yo-yo loaches grow slowly? Loaches, in the for the most part, are not like the fastest growing fish, but they're not the slowest either. So yeah, they should grow fairly fast. It's not like Plecos or anything. Allelopathy, allelopathy. That's so fascinating. Thanks. Yeah, actually, DIY Aqua Pros has a really good video on it, so I would check that out. Aqua Pros did a really good video on allelopathy. Allelopathy. Close enough to Google. Yeah. But yeah, some plants will actually release I don't know, something in the water to kill off other plants. They like compete. They compete. Christmas Vacation, Snots, and Uncle Clark. Yep. I watch Christmas Vacation every Christmas. Like, that's a must. Okay, come on, come on. Let's do it. I built this thing so you come up here. No, come here. How about you? Come here. Someone come up here. Come on. Come on. Give me that. He's got a toy in his mouth. Come here. Come on. Oh, come on. Come on. I'm going to throw that back there. Okay. Go get it. Come on. Oh, gosh, there he is. There he is. Okay. There he is. Oh, there he goes. See how small he looks right now? Like he's so far back there. What if we do this? Come here. Come here. Uh-oh. Now the other one's jealous. Now this guy's jealous. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Go get it. All right. There's Aqua Pros right there. How random is that? Oh my God, Bob. Thanks for the shout out. So there you go. In here creeping. What are the odds? I don't know. What are the odds? Aqua Pros has entered chat. Trees use allelopathy when they drop leaves to turn the soil for their species' success. Tune the soil. That's interesting. What do you got in your mouth? Oh boy. Oh boy. Aqua Pros are your plants attacking each other video. There you go. Really, really good watch. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. You haven't been on camera in a while. Come on. Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. Look how pink you are. Look how pink you are. Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss? Oh, not on the lips, you pervert. God, get out of here. All right. My trout goodeids ate duckweed. See, I've got duckweed all over my trout goodeiid aquarium. It's insane. It's annoying. But that's it. We've reached the 2-hour mark. I don't know if you can hear, but the dogs are going pretty psycho right about now. So that usually means they need to go OUT. Oh, boy. All right, let me... The Griswold is our family tradition. Same here. Same here. I will not let people open presents until we watch Christmas Vacation. It's a must watch every year. Right? Right? Even you dogs have seen it multiple times now. But anyways, oh, he's so cute. He is. He's such a cutie pie. Here, can you come up here? You'll come up here. I know. Come on. But you're too small. Oh, there he goes. Clearly, I need to make this a little higher to have dogs in the background. Work on that for next week. And there he goes. All right, everyone. We're going to end it. Dogs need to go out. I need to have my barbecue chicken because I'm hungry. Can we have an encore? I'm sure there's someone streaming after me. There's pretty much someone always streaming these days. So we could probably find a fish stream somewhere out there. But thanks, everyone, for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Thanks to all the super chatters, the mods, the subscribers, the lurkers. Oh, wait. There's something I want to try here. There's something new that I want to try here before I sign off. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Well, the stream's pretty much over, but there's a new thing, a new feature here that I want to try out. If I can find it. I might not even have it. Oh, live chat. Okay. Oh, here we go. Check this out. So you can do this, right? I don't want to do that, but here we go. Oh, this is cool. Save. I wanted to do this at the beginning of the stream, but I didn't remember. All right. Did it work? Did it work? Turned on subscriber only chat mode. There we go. This is going to eliminate so many trolls. Mike should do a stream encore. I don't think Mike has done any live streams except for when all three of us did it. So it was Mike, Corey, and I, and we did 3 live streams, 1 on each of our channels. Only channel subscribers of 10 minutes or longer can send messages. Yeah, this is really cool. I saw this on a financial stream that I was watching the other day, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And not that I get a lot of trolls here anyways, but I'm glad that I have it now. And I could actually make it to where you have to be a subscriber for like 30 minutes. But we do get new subscribers during the stream. You see them pop up, so I don't want to make them wait too long. Eat chica churcher. Nah, I've already butchered that word enough. But yeah, dang it. At least I remembered. But yeah, anyways, thanks everyone. I hope you enjoyed the stream. We stayed on topic again for a whole hour. Like, this is like 3 in a row. That's some kind of record. I don't know what kind of record it is, but it is. BJ Palmer, I hope you get your original account back, or at least all your stuff reset the way it was. And I will see you all next week, next Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific. Whether you get the notification or not, always 5 p.m. Pacific on Mondays. I appreciate it. And